Uh-oh. I don't know. I don't know. Texas is not back, folks. That was 100% a safety, and the way that it was officiated was so just utterly bizarre. Not targeting, not roughing the passer, both correct. But the fact that he wasn't down, which means that throwaway counts. Well, he was throwing it out of his own end zone, and it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Is that not a safety 10 times out of 10? By the time you're watching this, you've had a few days to digest this. The Alabama-Texas game just ended. I am head over heels right now. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Who's going to rebuild faster, the Windsor family or the city of Sacramento? One of your other favorite NBA YouTubers, who shall remain nameless, but it rhymes with Musty Muckets. Well, Musty Muckets was the one who was, I texted him at like 2 in the morning. I was like, banger idea. Do I do who's going to rebuild faster, the Monarchy or the Sacramento Kings? Well, I think you're leaning too hard into the shit posts. Guess what, Jacob? Sorry, hypothetically, this is my friend Musty Muckets. This is not about Jacob. I'm making the video. I'm making this video so damn hard. You know how excited I am about Sacramento, and you know how not excited I am to have to pretend that King Charles, and then after that, King William, not even Harry, by the way, William. Oh. Meanwhile, in Sacramento, I get to look at De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, not Tyrese Halliburton. Remember that, Monty McNair? Remember that? When you had Tyrese Halliburton and you were like, well, I can't be excited about Domantas Sabonis and then complain about the Halliburton thing. Here's the thing, and then also, this is what, okay, I was doing too much build-up. I was messing around too much. I forgot to make my actual point. Keegan Murray, the best player in this draft. Oh, that's right. I haven't been able to get that takeoff very publicly yet. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Keegan Murray, best player in the draft. I don't think it's close. I think in like 6 years, who do I think out of all of these guys is the most likely to be contributing on a playoff team? I think it's Keegan Murray. And the reason that sounds funny to most people, I feel like isn't even because of his ability. It's just the fact that he's playing in Sacramento. And when you mention the playoffs in Sacramento in the same breath, I mean, that hasn't happened since the Bush administration. I say that as a guy who, the second that Paolo Banchero stepped on a basketball court in the first game he played at Duke, we were like, oh, so he's just an NBA player who gets to like go on a college tour this year. That's it. He's great. But Keegan Murray is a flat-out scorer. And when we were going into the draft, there was a lot of discussion about, is Ivy going to go at 4 despite... We don't have to go through the whole, like, he wasn't meeting with Sacramento and, like, the King, like, Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox, like, had... They invited Keegan Murray to a dinner. Like, if you were really paying attention, we always kind of knew that Keegan Murray was going to go 4 and Ivy was going to go after that at 5. But at the time, it was... One of my questions was, like, well, why would they have traded Tyrese Halliburton if they're just going to then turn around and draft Jaden Ivey? And it's like, well, because they would, like, now at this point, again, we don't have to do this because it didn't happen. Anyways, I'm also really curious to see how Sabonis pairs against somebody like Keegan Murray, who's a lot more mobile. Like the Indiana experience, what we learned is that you can't play Domantas Sabonis with a guy like Miles Turner, and vice versa. Like, Miles Turner also should not play with a guy like Sabonis. So I'm really curious to see the two-man stuff that you can pull off with Sabonis. I think you could put him with almost any guard in the league, and he's going to unlock them in such a way because he's such a nasty threat from, like, well, I was going to say from, like, inside 20 feet, but from anywhere, right? Like, Sabonis can stretch. He can do these pick and pops. You can meet him at the rim. And if you have a guard that's as athletic and as lightning quick as De'Aaron Fox is, I mean, damn. Also, my challenge for Keegan Murray this year would be to not dribble in a straight line always. Like everything at Iowa, it was never lateral. It was always just like, okay, the hoop is that way. That's where I'm going to go. Somebody's getting a bucket. And in college, that shit works. And if there's anybody who has he's not, you know what he does have though? Another thing where he was the best in this class it's close. Him and Benedict Mathurin, who, brother, I tell you what, with Detroit, whether it was Keegan, Ivy, or Ben Math, mwah, it was never going to be Shaden Sharp. He deserves his own video. Oh, my God. Don't like him. But what I was going to say, Prettiest jumper in the class, Keegan Murray. It's just so. But again, Ben Math was right there. I also give Monty McNair a lot of credit as a general manager because I think we've been teetering on the is he good at his job, is he bad at his job for a few years now, and I think we're starting to lean towards I think he's good. One of the more inconsequential trades, though, did kind of end up being the DeLon Wright and Corey Joseph swap that he did with Detroit. And I love it as a guy who loves quality veterans because I like, and we also, did Monty trade 2 seconds? Did he give up two? I think it was Corey Joseph in 2 seconds. It might have just been one. But either way, get fleeced, idiot. But when you really think about it, Sam Merrill, Rashawn Holmes, Josh Jackson, Kevin Huerter, Malik Monk, this is a team that is comprised of Motown Noah All-Stars. Like, literally, I'm pretty sure Sam Merrill in previous years has he been a Motown Noah All-Star? He has not. Rashawn Holmes has, because Rashawn Holmes is one of the best value centers in the NBA. When you think about everything that you want a center to do, minus, like, shooting threes, just go get Rashawn Holmes. Davion Mitchell is nothing but just clamps. Fun fact, actually, I've told this story a few times before, but most of you will have not have heard this. So obviously we did the interview with Cade. I say we. It's just me now, but back then it was we. We did the interview with Cade. For a few months, I was under the belief that we were going after Davion Mitchell. They asked me, they said out of these 3 players, it was Cole Anthony, Cam Johnson, Davion Mitchell. Which one of these guys would you like us to try and get for All-Star Weekend? Cam Johnson, I was like, well, that's the best player, so that would make the most sense. But I was like, Davion Mitchell would be fun because I've fired off some banger takes about him where I was like, he's horrible. I was wrong. I also said that Jared Butler, his teammate at Baylor, was going to be the better NBA player. Wrong. So essentially my plan for that was to be like, Davion Mitchell, look at all these bad takes I have about you. Is this funny? Is this good content? React to what I'm saying. Acknowledge me. But then they were like, we're getting Cade. We just didn't want to get you too excited and then us not be able to do it. But we got Cade and the interview was great. Sacramento. I talked about the 2-man stuff with Sabonis. Oh, also obligatory Harrison Barnes. His agent is one of the best agents in the world. Isn't he the same agent as... I think him and Trevor Ariza have the same agent. Or is the joke that their agents are just the best because people always pay them no matter what? Doesn't happen with Trevor Ariza anymore. But he's not dead. I also love Mark Jones. I said this about when in the RJ Barrett video. I was like, I love when the national guys also do local play-by-play stuff. Well, Mark Jones is Sacramento's guy and is also the one who always does the stuff with Doris during Summer League and, intermittently throughout the regular season. Love Mark Jones. Awesome dude. But if I had to assign a number, a win total to these Sacramento Kings, I mean, geez, you think about what their schedule's looking like this year. They got some pretty rough stretches, some East Coast stretches that are going to be... I'm going to go 45 wins. Book it.